it's Christina from Our Wood Home. In this video, I'll be showing you things I've been making for my fall-winter wardrobe. It's the end of September now, and I'll probably have a few more items as we get further into the fall, but I wanted to film this part of the video now, and maybe I'll have another section at the other end of the video where I'll show you the rest of what I've made. I'm going to also be showing you a few things I made in the spring and then something last winter, I think. They're not technically part of my new wardrobe, but it's things I'm going to be wearing in the upcoming seasons, so I thought I'd show those to you anyways. So I'll be talking a little bit about why I chose to make each garment and what it's made out of. Let's get right into that. All right, first up is this white floral dress. I don't think I'll be able to get all of it in frame, but that's okay. I'll just kind of pan up and down. It's also looking crooked, but it's my mannequin. The dress itself isn't crooked. So the fabric I used is this really cute white cotton with floral print. I know there's fashion rules that say you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day, but I don't follow fashion rules anyways. And I really liked this fabric for fall. I thought the colors were nice and seasonal. If the fabric looks familiar to you, you may have seen it on my Instagram shop in apron form. I do make aprons for sale, and this is a fabric I bought specifically for the aprons. It was a really good deal, so I bought much more fabric than I needed and decided to make myself a dress with it instead of just hanging on to it for some later purpose. This is the style of dress I wear most often. It's a style I've named the Mary Jane dress. If you see any of my other outfits or my other sewing videos, you may recognize the style. It's just a simple bodice with short sleeves, and it's a gathered waist and long skirt. To keep it from looking super baggy, my mannequin's really squeaky. To keep it from looking baggy, I have ties at the waist, which helps cinch it in and makes it more of a custom fit. So if I wanted it to be a bit more snug, I'll do the ties tightly like this. But if I wanted it to be a more loose fit, I'll usually just knot them towards the end of the ties. The second item I have in my fall-winter wardrobe is this yellow long sleeve top. Once again, the sleeves are not crooked, it's the mannequin that's crooked. I made this top a little shorter than I would like, but I didn't have a lot of material to work with, so I was just using what I had. And really, it's going to be worn with high-waisted skirts or a dress over top, so the length of the bodice isn't that big of an issue. I wanted a yellow top because, well, it was one of the fabrics I had, but also because it's just a nice fall color and it goes really well with most of my skirts in my wardrobe. I really like this skirt in a different kind of fabric. Different, I mean unique, not different from this. When I originally saw it in the store, I thought it was a type of knit fabric, meaning stretchy, but corduroy. And I didn't buy it because I wasn't really sure what to do with it, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went to the store again another day and tried to find this fabric, but I apparently remembered it wrong because it's not corduroy at all. It doesn't even look like corduroy. But I still really liked it, so I decided to buy some. It's fairly thin and lightweight, so I think I'll definitely have to wear some leggings underneath of it once we get into cooler weather. And the color is interesting as well. When I'm looking at it right now, it looks gray, but when I saw it in the store, I thought it was dark green. I wanted to buy it in dark green, but I liked the fabric so much that I just got it in the gray anyways. Then when I got home, it looked a different color. When I sent a picture to a friend, she thought it looked a different color. So this is just kind of a color change fabric. Depending on the lighting, it looks either gray or green. I went with a different style waistband than I usually do. I need all my skirts to have elastic waists. I find the fitted waists very uncomfortable, but I went with something that's not just an elastic inside a tube. So this is called a yoga style waistband, and it is stretchy, but I'm not sure that I love it. It's definitely taking some getting used to, but it's pretty comfortable. And if I was wearing it with this top, the skirt would be a lot higher up, but my mannequin is just smaller than I am, so it doesn't sit quite in the right spot on the mannequin. Here is a dress style that I'm unsure about. I'm just not sure of it in general. I also messed up the straps, so it's a snap, and I will be doing decorative buttons on the front, but when I made the dress, I had to take it apart and fix it, and then I sewed the straps on the wrong side. So the button or the snap closes on the front and I need it to be that way. I just haven't fixed it yet, so I've just twisted the strap around and put it on the mannequin. But it's definitely something I'll have to do a little bit of work on, just with the buttons, or the snaps, I mean. And I'm not sure about the back. It was a little bit loose, so I did a tuck up here and then just extended it all the way down into the waist. And I think it looks kind of funny just gaping like that. So what I might try to do is bring it in nicely, make a nice pleat on either side, and then just sew those pleats in place. I'm undecided because I also might just wear this with a sweater over top so you wouldn't see the back anyways. But overall, I think it's a pretty cute dress. It'll just take some getting used to because it's definitely not my normal style of dress. But as you can see, it looks really nice with this plain yellow top underneath. Here is another dress that I made. I couldn't get it on my mannequin, it didn't fit properly, so I just pinned it over top of the mannequin. I will be wearing it with the yellow long sleeve top, of course, and I think that looks really nice together. The dress itself is made from a navy blue and white flannel gingham print. I wanted to do a different style dress than my Mary Jane dress, meaning I didn't want it to have to need ties at the waist. I wanted it to be still loose in the bodice, but a little bit more snug and not so loose, I guess. So this is what I came up with. The bodice is sort of fitted and it still has the gathered skirt. I also went with a faux button placket. I haven't sewn any buttons on yet because I don't have any nice ones. So I'm hoping to get some nice big wooden buttons to put here. It's not a functioning placket, it's just decorative. And I just made this by just sewing a strip of fabric right over top. Probably should have lined up the checkered pattern a bit more, but that doesn't bother me. I think this dress will be really comfortable to wear because it is flannel, and I think it'll look good with a sweater over top as well. I realized when I was making my dresses that I definitely have a lack of long sleeve tops for winter. I have the one I'm wearing now, which is a gray sweater. I've got a pink one that I made and a red top, and that's it. So I wanted to make a few more tops, but so far all I've got is this yellow one. But I think that'll be fine because, as you can tell, it goes with all the dresses so far. I think I could even wear the yellow top over the floral dress, which I'm just trying to get into frame using my other hand. Let me hang that up there. I think I could wear this yellow top over the dress and make it look like a skirt. Maybe too much yellow. I don't know. We'll see. This dress was also interesting to make because it was just going to be a pullover. I wanted it to still be loose enough that I could fit it over comfortably, but fitted enough that it doesn't look sloppy. I think I've achieved that. I was thinking of doing pockets, I'm not sure if I'll do patch pockets on the front or the hidden pockets in the seams. I really like pockets on clothes, but realistically, I'll probably be wearing this with a cardigan anyways, and all my cardigans have pockets, but that's a problem to figure out later, I guess. Now let me show you a couple things I made for the fall season, but not in the fall season. I made this olive green top, I think in the spring or summer. I was planning to do a spring and summer wardrobe video, but I didn't end up really making a lot during those seasons, so I never talked about this top. But it was just made from scrap fabric I had for another project, and it was so easy to make. It has this cool hem detail called a lettuce edge. It's more noticeable on the hem down here. It looks kind of curly. I think that's really cute, and it's really easy to do. You just have to use a stretch needle, since this is stretchy fabric, and a zigzag stitch. And it looks really nice, and it's really easy to do. I put in some tucks in the neckline, just for something a little bit different, and I've got these sort of fluttery sleeves. They're not really doing much when they're just hanging there, but I think it's a nice detail. I also did sort of a, I don't know what you call this shape, but it's long and then short and then long at the back again. This looks really nice with my summer skirts, and I think the color is going to look nice in the fall and winter season. I probably won't be wearing this top in the winter because it's short sleeved, but I thought I could maybe wear it under my denim dress and maybe the navy blue and white one that I showed you. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see how that looks together. Okay, here is the final thing that I can think of to show you. It's a dress I made, I think in January, maybe beginning of January this year. So technically it's still a winter item. I just made it last winter. I really like this dress. I didn't get to wear it very much last year, but I'm hoping to be able to wear it in the fall because the color is perfect for fall. The fabric itself is kind of like a soft burlap. It's got a pretty loose weave, as you can see, and it's sort of this orangey brown tan color. Because this fabric is pretty loose in the weave, I wanted to be able to wear it comfortably without worrying about anything showing through. So I did actually line it, which is something I don't like to do because it's a lot of work and it just adds a lot of bulk. This dress is definitely heavy because of the two fabrics together and because there's just so much of it, but I really like it. I just went with sleeveless because I intended to wear long sleeve tops underneath, and I also didn't have that much fabric to be able to do sleeves, but I think that would have been really nice. I did the faux button placket. This was the first one I've actually done, and I liked it so much I did it on a couple other dresses. I used these really cute wooden buttons. I'd like to find more of them and in a bigger size maybe for my gingham dress. And instead of doing gathers for the skirt, I just did pleats. I did post a picture of this dress when I first made it in a Facebook group I'm part of, and people said the pleats were not very flattering, which is maybe true, but that didn't really stop me from wearing the dress anyways. I think it's cute. I just did pleats on the front, not the side, and then on the back. I originally made this dress with ties, which I decided to cut off, and the remnant is there. I just haven't cut it off yet. But the reason I didn't do, or the reason I cut the ties off is because they were just kind of bulky and weren't really doing much since the dress is pretty fitted anyways. It's not super loose, it's a comfortable loose. And the ties, when they're tied up in a knot at the back, they just kind of sit on my spine funny if I'm sitting on a chair. So it was not comfortable, and because I planned to wear this with cardigans over top, it didn't really matter if it was loose in the bodice because it was hidden by the cardigan. So I haven't worn this in the fall yet. It's just a winter dress, as I said, but I'm hoping to wear it this fall. I don't really know what shirt I'll wear underneath of it yet because I'm not sure it's going to match with the pink or the red or the yellow that I have. And the neckline is low enough that you'd see the shirt underneath, unless I had something lower than this, which I don't. Although this gray might work, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some experimenting. But I think that's it for now. I might have a few other pieces to show you later. I'm not sure when I'll be putting this video out, so you might see some new things, you might not. Those are all the outfits I have to show you that I made for fall, winter. I hope that you enjoyed seeing them. I try to make pieces intentionally, so I'll make sure that I actually have a purpose for it and that it fits my lifestyle and is a style that I'm comfortable wearing. Of course, I did do some experimenting with this wardrobe collection by making a few new styles, but I think I'll be able to enjoy wearing them and get a lot of use out of them. And if not, I can always undo the garment and make something new from that fabric. I also try to make sure that I have things in my wardrobe that match with the new items. Ideally, 2 or 3 things that match with it, but if not, 1 matching item is enough for me. When I was talking about this dress, I said I didn't really have long sleeve tops that go with it. So that's something I'm going to have to work on, or see if I can maybe get around that by wearing maybe a t-shirt underneath of it and just a cardigan over top. I haven't figured that out yet. Last year I had a top that matched with it, but now it's too small, so I'm kind of back to figuring out what to do. But that's okay, there's still lots of time. And I'm not opposed to buying things from the store, so I might end up just buying a few long sleeve tops, but I'll figure that out in the future. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you like what you see, I hope that you consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.